r/AskReddit by Redmond Dts. What is the most concerning misinformation you've heard about the human body? This question is inspired by my neighbor, who just told me that styrofoam turns into glass inside your stomach. That people can stop their periods by thinking about it. I've had a man say to me that he doesn't like when women use tampons because it's similar to sex and we get enjoyment out of it. Buddy boy, I can assure you that it's nowhere near sex and that we have absolutely no enjoyment in inserting them or removing them. Not everything that goes into the vagina feels good. Stop sexualizing a very unsexy and uncomfortable act. Should have told him, if he thinks they are similar, that he must be incredibly bad at sex. Maybe not the most concerning, but that tampons make you lose your virginity. Beyond infuriating. The female body has ways to shut that whole thing down. My dad was convinced that women have one rib more than men because Eve was made out of one of Adam's. This was something I heard growing up too, which seems like such a crazy thing to persist. Look, there's plenty I don't know about biology, but if you showed me a male and a female skeleton, I could at least freaking count. The fact that vaccines can cause autism. It has been found and been proven several times that the doctor who published the study that led to the spread of this news was being paid to find a way to sue vaccine producers. So he set the study up in a way to make it look like vaccines cause autism. To this day, it is one of the worst examples on how a piece of misinformation can never be erased once it passes a certain amount of spread. Certainly not the most concerning, but I hate it when people have this idea that large labia is equal to having a loose vagina. Utter nonsense. While we're at it, loose often means a woman is very excited. You actually want her to be nice and wet and relaxed. Also, that having a lot of sex leads to a looser vagina. It is made of many muscles, not a sphincter or a uniform hole. It most often reverts from birthing a baby, for heaven's sake. We only use 10% of our brains. Probably that myth that black people have thicker skin or higher pain tolerance. I once overheard a woman in a store saying that she takes vitamins for horses because they are cheaper and come in larger packages. She said that a horse and a human are almost the same. A doctor once told me the cervix has no nerve endings. While I was crying from pain and almost fainting because she decided to grab my cervix with the speculum extra firmly and use 2 swabs for the pap sample instead of just one. I quickly found another doctor. A few decades later, and I'm cervix free and greatly looking forward to less pain. But that was some BS and she used it to be abusive. When I requested to switch providers, I found out that I was not the only unhappy patient, and in fact, they fired her a few months later. I recently heard someone say, if you drink lemon water every day, you'll never get the common cold again. Women can close their vaginas if they don't want to have sex. Therefore, rape isn't possible unless she wants it. Blah. I hated even typing that out. That the body will reject an unwanted pregnancy due to rape. When I was a kid, my dad used to tell me that girls were actually just boys who had cried too much and their penis had fallen off. So anytime I wouldn't stop crying, my dad would remind of this, and I'd force myself to stop in order to save my own dung. Had a whole argument in college with 2 of my roommates who were insistent that birth control pills let you release eggs that are just infertile. Could not get them to understand why that was insane, or to understand that the idea is to not release an egg at all. I once had a co-worker, young guy, who thought a woman's period was like pooping. That a woman could just hold it in if it was an inconvenient time. I had to take him aside and give him a crash course in what his school failed to teach. Watching the gears turn in his head as I explained things was both fascinating and disheartening. That we don't need doctors because the body was made to be able to heal and repair itself. That some people believe a broken hymen means they're no longer a virgin. Hymens can break in a number of ways and can still remain intact after sex. A lot of comments here are about the female reproductive system. Apparently it's as mysterious as a black hole. That's all folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more? Have a nice evening.